So, we got through the, how to walk tutorial and all that. Now we are still talking to Momodi. She's got another quest for us. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want to visit the Aetheorite, the plaza with the big crystal. To get there, head west from here until you reach Emerald Avenue. Then to look to the north, you should see a giant floating crystal called Aetheorite. Aetheorite. If it weren't for the Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetheorite before, Splurmp? It's not. If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Thaumaturgy Guild over at Arzeneth. Ah, God, I'm having so much trouble with words. Arzeneth Ossuary. Assuming that scepter ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the Steps of Thought. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the guild. Just make sure as you don't pay more than your... Splurmp. And there's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interest. I'm having trouble reading. This text box is tiny, I think that's why. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's ready. In short, then, visit the Aetheorite Plaza, the Thaumaturgy Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. Not many of them fail to realize that instead of chasing after Gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finished, will you? That way you won't spend my days worrying that you're down into your small clothes without a guild of your name. Okay, I probably should have gone over this earlier. Yep. Going. So, this little icon here with the wavy bits, those are the main scenario quests. They're the, you can see it here too. They're main story, basically. Then this underneath up here is your class quests. You can click it and it'll show you where you need to go for that. And then it tends to look identical to regular quests. So yeah. Really, all you really need to do is main scenario, which is what we're going to be focusing on, and class quests, and that'll get you to the level cap, usually pretty easily. Well, I don't want to say no grinding, but minimal. So yeah, we'll focus on main scenario, not a whole lot of scenarios. Hope no one minds. So, got this going up. Where's this one? Oh, I also wanted to go over the character. So this is the character screen. You got your character here, and your armors and all that, and your stats. These go up automatically. It used to be you would get, I think it was like one or three skill points per level. I can't really remember which. That you would be able to choose to put into here. But everyone just focused on one stat, so I guess Square Enix was like, screw it. And just does it automatically. And then you got your profile, which is like all the world building stuff. Your name. You can also put in a title, which we don't have in here. Your race, your starting city, birth or name day, guardian, which again, and then your classes and jobs. Because Final Fantasy XIV does something really neat where you can have one character with all the classes available. Which I have them all unlocked on my other character. I might go over there and show you guys something. These are all the combat classes. And then you got your crafting, gathering classes. Those start unlocking at level 10. But we won't do those. So yeah, that's the character screen. This is the Aetheorite. Every major city has a big one. You can teleport. Oh, I don't have that. You also have that. Cutscene. Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Oh, gotta do a super deep. Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, madam. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of ethereals. Allow me to explain. These crystalline... Not even gonna bother? Tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of the return and teleport? Oh, I was actually just about to talk about those. Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of the Aether. Given that there is an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune herself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to the Aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transport magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Yeah, you just went over everything I was going to talk about. You attune with the Aetherite. You're now able to use the return spell. There are some other functions here, which won't really come up during this playthrough. Ethernet, which will let you transport around like a city. We'll talk about those in a minute. Visit another world server, so if you've got friends playing on another, because they divide their servers between, there's data centers, which is, like, I'm not sure, but they're separate from world servers, separate from each other, so unless you pay $20, you can't operate those other data centers. And then those are all subdivided into world servers, which you can visit using this. There are some restrictions, but again, that won't come up. Set home point, that's where your return spell will take you. Favorite destination, never used it. Registration, never used it. So if I were to hit return, it'll a little bit of a casting time, just in case you're in like battle or something. And then it'll teleport you. Just like that. And then teleport will open. Move those there. Oh yeah, I have Blizzard. That's the only spell I have right now. That one. This one. These are all the skills I will eventually learn, up to level 50, even though classes go up to 80. We'll get more. Rolls I've never used. Traits are like your passive buffs. And then your general stuff. Extras. The only one that's not a class skill that we're going to use a lot is Sprint. I don't know why it's not the default running speed, but whatever. So we're just going to go this way. You can see the little quest icon here. That's where I need to go. Sprint never lasts as long as the recast timer, not even by half. I feel like that should be, if the recast timer is going to be 60 seconds, then we should go for at least 30. Oh, okay, so this is an Nathan shirt. You can attune to these also. You'll see them in the big cities, like Humsa, Ulda, and Redania. Close that out. And then whenever you go to one, you can use it to transport to other ones. So. Boop, now I'm here. And then I can... Useful. Anyways. Gotta go up here. 2 more Thaumaturgies. Oh no. These are all gonna be the Lolafels. You'll see in a second. Guild receptions. Welcome to the Thaumaturgy Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here this day, friend. I see that you harbor arcane ambitions, though your journey has scarcely begun. Within these hallowed halls, the art of devastation are taught. Primeval magics with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you join our ranks and wield such power, you must need to know of our beginnings. The nation of Ulda inherited its traditions from ancient Baladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sources were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nald Thal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over the centuries for use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the new art we now know as Thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The Dweomers employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. It is for this reason that we are feared and respected in equal measure. Thus does our guild thrive, ensconced in the catacombs of Arzaneth Ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? What say you then? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of Thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guild masters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. Jesus. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. What you got for me? If I were to take it, I wouldn't be able to finish it. Anyways, we'll say that, I guess. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Wishes to refer desire to join the Thaumaturgy. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of fundamental thaumaturgical principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would, if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose you... Oops. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield the supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild, when one is required. This is... Hold on. Sorry, just wanted to make sure my mic was working. Back over here. We have 5 UCL brothers. Master Coco Cocoboya. Coco Bigo, I believe. Jeez. Okay. You. Who? What? Oh, Thal's teeth, miss. Did your mother never tell you to not to... God, why am I having such trouble talking? Look at... Oh, different one. They'll all have the same voice. Look at that expectant face, Coco Bigo. This lady is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites for the virtuous fallen from memory, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems to ever be beyond her grasp. Wahahaha. Well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. Oh, perfect. My apologies, my dear. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our siblings, Coco Pookie, with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Great, Thal has led to us a new aspirant. Ah, Coco Pookie. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I'm Coco Pookie the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturgy skill. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus I would have your fullest attention. To wield Thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation in the highest magnitude. And the lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence? That is a word I am not familiar with. I'm kind of curious now. Just a second. Somnolence. Oh, somnolence. Alternatively, sleepiness or drowsiness is a strong state of desire for sleep or sleeping for unusually long periods, compared to hypersomnia. Anyways, the Thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorceress teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such a power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thaumaturgy's secrets. For advancement into this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. Why do I keep doing that weird cadence? I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of a power unrivaled? Am I prepared to leap into the abyss? Yes. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Splurp. Let us mark your... Sorry. Let us mark your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling Thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. We'll worry about that later. Let's go to the markets. Finish this up. So, M opens up the map. Because it won't show up here where you're supposed to go, but on the map it will. If you're in a connecting area, it'll show, and then you can click it, and it'll take you to that part of the map, and you can go. See, that's where I have to go, right there. Excuse me. Anyways, so we're just gonna leave that open. It actually takes a minute before we get into any fighting. Anything with the blue line is going to have a loading screen. Just a heads up. More side quests. Worry about those. Another one of these things. Right here. Turn to that, because that'll make travel easier. Oh. Maybe someone teleport again. And sprint. I'm gonna have to find a delivery Moogle because I have 19 messages. I think I know what it is. We'll pass by it later. Just keep running, just keep running. There's a button for auto run, but I can never remember where it is. Touch the crest. Oh, red marks like this are stuff that are corrected. See, quest not available yet. Level requirement 35. And you are, a newly come adventurer. But of course, yes, I'm Cesaroga. What can I do for you? You would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee, what, you expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you asking an old on for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. See, there's even a tutorial for handing over stuff. You just... Alright, this... And then it'll automatically pick the item you're supposed to hand over. It's really not that hard. I never noticed. He's Carlene. You can tell because of that. Anyways. Oh, Mistress Momodi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Humph. Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. I mean, I'm gonna forget you even existed the second we're done talking. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to other city-states, Ul'dah's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. Eorzea is the name of the region we're in, by the way. There's Hydaelyn, which is the world, Eorzea, and a few others that, as we get through this story, you'll actually get to visit. The great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Valbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations, and they see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps a shinier trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives and crafting materials. And to the south you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Honestly, you are mostly going to find everything you need through main scenario quests, class quests, and duties, which will come later. Duty. Anyways, seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now off with you. Off with your head. No, just... and we'll go back to Momodi. This quest. Yeah, normally I turn chat boxes off when I play games like this, but it does force you to interact with other players occasionally. It's not too much of an issue. Like everyone on here is pretty nice. I haven't really ran into any problems, but you do occasionally see the spammers. Like this guy. We're just gonna go ahead and report for activity. Report. Ta-da! And they won't show up. Mamodi! Oh, right, Ben Kingsley. How was I doing it? What? How was your tour of the city, Splurmp? Get lost, did you? Oh, well, Ul'dah is a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly doesn't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose, eh? Alright then. All that's left is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand. Complete. Oh. No. Okay. So the next main scenario quest is... That's okay, because we got this class quest. Class quest. Which also does the same thing. It's outside the gates, so... Okay. Oh, there is apparently a ethereite. Aetherite! Big crystal shard over here. It'll make getting to the quicksand a lot easier. So yeah, once you attune to all these little shards, you can also then teleport to the gates. Which is useful, especially during the beginning. Whenever they've got you doing quests right outside the gate. Oh, I don't need to teleport. Quit. Thank you. So, it's not really going to come up right now, but this gauge will tell you whenever you're balanced more towards icy stuff. It'll come up. I actually need to read this. Battle. We know how to battle. Achievements. It's not coming up. Maybe it'll come up in a minute. We're gonna click you. Is it? Oh, no, that's doing something else. I needed to redo all my key bindings, apparently. Blizzard. 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 And then as you kill more things in succession, you get a Like I said, this is not a very grindy game. You're not going to just be standing out. Okay, elemental gauge. That, because we still need that. Elemental gauge indicates whether you are under the influence of astral fire after casting a fire spell, or umbral ice after casting a blizzard spell. While under the influence of astral fire, all fire spells will have increased potency but require more MP to cast. That'll always be about 10,000. While under the influence of umbral ice, you will have significantly increased MP recovery. Umbral ice and astral fire. Astral fire and umbral ice are special status effects which allow Thaumaturgy to continuously deal devastating amounts of damage while still conserving their MP reserves. Casting one of a fire spell gives the Thaumaturgy the effect of astral fire, which increases the potency and MP cost of further fire spells. At the same time, it lowers the potency and MP cost of blizzard spells, but prevents the natural or self-assisted gradual restoration of MP. Conversely, casting one of the blizzard spell gives the Thaumaturgy the effect of umbral ice, which decreases the MP cost of ice spells, while increasing the speed at which MP naturally recovers. At the same time, it lowers the potency and MP cost of fire spells. As the Thaumaturgy progresses in level, the number of umbral ice and astral fire effects which can be stacked at any one time increases. The larger the stack, the more powerful the effect. Learning when to switch between fire and ice is key to being successful in extended battles. We're actually going to move this up there. No, we're not. It's just the two spells. Okay, so what it's saying is cast a fire spell. Fire fire spells become stronger, but you didn't use them while you're casting them. And 2 hits. And then whenever you cast an ice spell, that's going to go away. And replace it with an ice thing, which will slowly restore your MP. So use fire to use some damage. Start running low on MP. Switch over to these little numbers underneath are how much MP this costs you. 1,600, that's a lot. See, it's back down to 800. Here we go. You can see whenever you have to defeat monsters, they'll pop up on the map as long as, also with a sort of area that they're known to show up in. So, we're back up on NP. So we just straight for the fire. See, it jumped up to 1,600 again. And this one will hit with fire. Notice it's 300 right now. Or Umbral Ice. If we switch over to fire. Excuse me. Too difficult. But Arcanist has early levels aren't too bad, but later it's got just like all this stuff that you need to remember. Balancing your Aether Flow, your trance gauge, when to use particular trances, because there's 3. Well, I say 3. There's the regular trance gauge, Dreadworm Trance, which will lead you to be able to summon Bahamut, which, once that's done, lets you summon, or go into a Phoenix Trance. Then there's, what is it, what's the name of the spell? It's, Final Fantasy's, basic, like, unaspected spell, Ruin, there we go. Because you have 4 levels of Rune. You start at Rune 1, it'll upgrade to Rune 2. Rune 2 gets its own spell. Then that will eventually get, not replaced, but you can get a buff, which will change it into Rune 4. Rune 3 is its own spell. So yeah. Oh wait, why are we running? Oh, I made it this far. Heading back to the Thaumaturges as we finish their quest. Light bump us up, so we might have to do some side quests. Oh, excuse me. Which we can do his next. Guildmaster. These were the kind of mandarchy sounding ones. Oh, whoops, sorry. Okay, that's all the time we have for right now. Gonna take a quick break. And I'll be back. Hey, welcome to the End Slate. Just so you know, the video you just watched was part of a larger live stream, hence why it just sort of cuts out unceremoniously at the end of each bit. Link to my Twitch channel in the description if you want to be notified when I live stream. You can catch the previous part here, or one of my other videos here, unless this is the first part, in which case they're both different videos. Also, sorry about the audio quality. I'm not sure if it's the capture card or my mic, but I'm going to try and get it fixed before the next batch of episodes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Please consider liking the video, subscribing, or at the very least commenting. Every little bit helps. Thank you, and good night.